fear of dying or fear of something going really bad is about.
What do you think of dying?
Fear of dying, fearing.
Yes. Now, I've written a poetry. Why do we have fear of death? Why do we fear dying? It is something akin to that, right?
Yes.
It's a very simple thing. And in this poem, to encourage people, I made a poem. There are many poems I've written on death. And I started the poem with me as death. And I was complaining against you people, saying, why do people think of me what I am not supposed to be? They call me death, and yet I take them to eternity. This paradox of ignorance deludes humanity. Some people call me death and dread me as their foe, knowing not that to their souls the light of truth I show. So this is my answer to you. So don't be afraid. If you are with me, I will be by your bedside. I will be with you at death. Even though I pass away, I can still be with you and serve you and work you. Be not afraid of death. What is death like? When you wake up from a dream, that's what death is like. Life is a big dream. When you die, you wake up into a new dimension. Death is another form of life. Are you happy? You will be when you start experiencing, when the fear of death will be removed from you. The fear of death is caused mainly because of the unknown, because you do not know what will happen after death, and a human being always fears the unknown. But we people, yogis, in our samadhi and our trance, our heart stops, our pulse stops, our breath stops, we experience death. And we come back to tell you that death is not an unknown thing. It's like waking up from a dream or a bad dream and going into a good dream. So the fear of the unknown is the main cause why we are reluctant to entertain death. It is one of the reasons, the fear of the unknown, the ignorance of what may happen after death. This is important. And because you don't know what is going to happen, you don't know what's in store for you. The second factor why we do not want death is to do with an identity crisis. You have an identity crisis. Oh, I'm going to lose myself, my favorite kitty, my beautiful Bentley car, and my house in Bel Air. How can I afford to lose this? My butler, he cooks so well, and I have a good husband and nice children. When I die, I'm going to lose all of them. Oh, no, death, I don't want you to come. But let me tell you, you do not lose your identity at death. You partake of a vaster identity of your own consciousness, and then yet a vaster identity of God's consciousness. Rejoice each time I come to you at the end of every life, because that is to put you gently at the feet of the Lord and beg of Him to let you remain at His feet and in His love, and not to repeat your rebirth and death again, and beg of Him your cyclic ego never to repeat. Do I do this for recompense? So then death ultimately says, I tell them, do I do this because I want something for you? Do I do this for recompense? No, he says, I do not do this for recompense. Death says to you. Then they say, why? So he said, it's just my love that's blind. So he blindly loves you. Death blindly loves you. And because He loves you and wants to put you in a better position, in a better ambience, in a better dimension, He comes to you at the end of every life to relieve you from your worries, your woes and your cares, and take you in His arms and lay you before the supreme bliss called the Lord. This is the view of death I have, which I've shared with you today.